evening, everyone. Welcome back on the Speaker Show tonight. I am super excited to see each and every one of you tonight. Honestly, I am happy to be. I am stressed. I am tired. But you know what? Like I've always said, we still got to hold the show. We still got to do what we have to do, no matter what, no matter what's going on. All right. So tonight, I welcome each and every one of you. Welcome on the Speaker Show if this is your first time. The Speaker Show is a place of inspiration, motivation, where minds are being liberated through reasoning. So, if you're new on the Speaker Show, I want you to relax because it's a place that we coach, we motivate, we inspire. So you are at the right place at the right time. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I just want us to have a very lovely time together tonight. All right. So I'm going to be your guest. I'm going to be the holy person that you're going to be seeing tonight. And I just want us to have a very wonderful time. But before I go into what I want to talk about, I want you guys to understand something that please, if this is your first time and if you have been joining, I want to say please take the time to share the video, to click on the notification button so you can always get when we're getting new updates, so you can be updated to what's going on the Speaker Show. So I just want to say thank you for joining me, for tuning in tonight with me, and let's get into what we want to talk about because I am very excited, even though I'm tired. So all right. So tonight, oh my goodness. So I actually thought about this, like, because understanding that where we're coming from is very important to where we're going. So, because a lot of times I realize that people tend to forget where they come from. People tend to forget, how they started, and they get carried away, with the things, and then, they lose their pride, they lose their actual self, and get caught up with the things that is happening around them, forgetting that every time, every moment is a time. So, your time that is raining now, use it wisely, build it strong, do what you can in order to make it excel, in order to make it succeed, because a time is coming that rainy moment, that shiny time won't be the same. So tonight I'm going to be sharing with us a story. We're going to be doing storytelling tonight because there's this young lady that I studied about, and I just want us to, like, just learn one or two things from her, because I find her story to be amazing, like, to be true, because her experience and the things that she went through, and then who she ended up becoming, and how people view her. I feel that it's something very important that we need to talk about. So I'm going to get in. Before I get in, let me not forget to say I'm the host of the Speaker Show, and I welcome you, Nini Olafatai. All right, so let's get into what we want to talk about. They say this, like, every tree, have, you admire today, they once began as a seed. That's what I want you to understand tonight. Either small, either quietly, either hidden, but I want you to know that beneath the soil, there is a root. So nobody claps for it at the beginning. Nobody say anything about it. But its root was growing long before the branches even ever shows, touches the sky. So you could imagine. So now the story of this lady that I want to share with us tonight. Her name is Amira. And Amira is just one very ambitious lady. So she lives in a very busy town, and she's surrounded with so much, skyscaping, all those, beautiful lighting. She has this dream that move faster than the wind itself. Now, one beautiful thing about her is people admire who she's becoming. She's confident, she's successful, she's unstoppable. When you talk about a leader, you can see her as a leader. People look up to her. But the reality is this: few knew where she came from. Only few. Because I'll tell you a little bit about her. Back in the days, before she became who she is, you know, our mother used to sweep, like, she swept the floor back in the day, in front of a small house every single morning in order to get some money to sponsor her. The father would sit outside of their house, greet people as if they were family members. Our grandmother often said to her child, when the river forgets where it comes from, it will run dry. Amara didn't fully understand, and not then, didn't know what the grandma was saying, just kept on doing her own thing, as a young lady who is aiming to become somebody, who is aiming to do great things in her life. Years later, then, years later, as life grew louder, she became very powerful, very powerful. And she changed her voice to fit new rooms. She changed her walk to match his new circles. She changed her dreams to make others comfortable. Success tasted sweet, but her spirit felt empty. One day, she visited home. Everything was smaller than she remembered. The house, the street, the noise, you know. But the most important thing was the love. The love was bigger because that was what the parents trained her with. The love was bigger. Her mother cooked for her a favorite meal when she got home with so much excitement. The father prayed over her. You could imagine, seeing your child after a very long period of time, and then a grandmother, older now, held her hands and whisper, "Your branches are beautiful, but your strength, it still comes from your roots." And in that moment, Amara stood. Your root is your identity. Your root, your root is your foundation. Your root is the truth that doesn't change, even when everything else does. It is where you learn kindness, where you learn courage, where you learn to stand before you ever learn to dream. So she returned to the city, not smaller anymore, because going back home reminded her where she was coming from. And now, when she returned back to the city, she's no longer that small, but bigger, stronger, not quiet anymore, but grounded. She still chases a dream, still walked in big rooms, still speak, in a bigger stage. Whenever she speaks, people trembled, but she carried a root with her, and that's what I want us to take home tonight. She carried a root with her because a tree without a root will fall in the first storm. But a tree that is connected to the source can survive anything. So never forget your roots, where you come from is not a weakness. It is strength that holds everything else together. Your root is your wisdom. Your root is your power. Your root is your truth. And I want you to keep that in mind tonight, because it is very, very important for you to understand that in life you may rise. You may travel far. You may stand in rooms your younger self could only dream of. But no matter how bright the spotlights become, never forget your roots, because your root is your origin, your root is your foundation. Your root is the quiet strength that existed long before the world ever knew your name. So you see, people admire the branches. And this amazed me a lot, because when people see the success, the accomplishment, the confidence that you carry, you know, but the real power, it is eating on the ground. It is the value that you were taught. It is the struggle that you survived. It is the community that molded you. It is the lesson that shaped you. So a tree only grows tall because its root grew deeper. So never forget that. Never forget that. Because see, I realize that some of us get so caught up in chasing more. We chase money, more approval, more attention, that we start to disconnect from who we truly are. We change our voice, we change the way we walk, we change our identity just to fit into new space that we don't belong. But let me tell you something this evening that I want you to take home. A life is built on pretending. Hmm. On pretending. But if you pretend, it will collapse. But if you build your life on truth, you will stand tall. Life is not built on pretending. You don't need to pretend your identity. You don't need to pretend who you're not. Just embrace yourself. Be yourself. I was chatting with a friend of mine recently, like a couple of days ago, and while we were talking, and this friend of mine began to talk about the past, the things that he survived, the things that he overcame. And he looked back at himself and he's so proud of who he is today because he understood that those struggles, those times that he survived, made him, shaped him into who he is now. And those are the roots. When you have those self-reflection, you remember your roots, you remember where you're coming from, and those are the important parts in one's life. Those are the important moments in one's life. So I'm encouraging you this evening, that no matter what is going on in your life, understand that hmm, people will lift you up when you were weak matters a lot. You don't sabotage them. You don't ignore them. You see people, they get to the top, they forget about the person. I was listening to this video online about this politician in Nigeria, that the wife end up divorcing him, or I don't know, that they end up getting separated. So, and I was listening to this story about the man that is sitting as a senator in Nigeria. And it's so funny that when one of the brothers were talking about him, they said everyone that helped him to get to where he is, he forgot them, he ignored them. They are no longer friends. Every home he went to, he destroyed them. There's always a problem. And he grew up and grew older and older and forget about the family member. He forgot about the people that helped him to get to where he was. You see, that is a bad root. And it's sad. The majority of the people, a lot of people are like that. So that is why I'm encouraging you this evening that the wisdom passed down through generation is important, is very vital to your life. The culture, the tradition, the stories that shape your spirit, they all matters a lot to your life. When you honor your roots, you honor your strengths, you honor your history, you honor your journey that brought you this far. So I'm telling you this evening that you rise. So rise, but rise with humility. I want you to shine, but I want you to shine with gratitude. Grow, but grow with awareness of the soil that sustained you. Because no matter how tall you stand, no matter how far you go, you will always be connected back to where you came from. So I'm telling you this evening that all you have to do, if you have been in that, if you are that person that you forget about your root, because you're making it, because you're successful now, because things are working out for you, you look down on others. See, this is part of what I talked about the last time, like few weeks ago, when I talked about, is success earned or is it given? Because most time success is given, though it is earned, but at the same time, more it is given. It is given by the last name that you carried. It is given to you by the people that believed in you, that saw you as nothing, but believed in you. The people that gave you the opportunity to do the job. The people, the employer that looked at you and be like, okay, you don't qualify for this, but I'm giving you this opportunity for you to try. Those people matters a lot to your life. So the same thing, that when you forget about your roots, imagine forgetting about those people. So people go on internet, they will tell you, oh, within 2 years, within 6 months, I became a millionaire. Within 6 months, I'm as great as I am. In my 20s, I brought my first home. At the age of 20, I already have 3 properties. I already have 4 properties. It doesn't mean they're lying. But the reality is that they are not connecting you to their real source. They are not connecting those information to the root itself, where they were coming from. They were only giving the surface. And you that you're listening, you get carried away. You start beating yourself up. Oh, this person made it at this level. This person is this. And then you start comparing yourself. You start belittling yourself. You start bringing yourself down. You start looking at yourself that you're not capable. You're not powerful. Your strength is weak. You don't fit in the room. It's not for someone like you. Your skin color is the problem. You start picking up all these things that it don't matter. I want you to focus on yourself tonight. I want you to focus on you. Focus on you. When life gets tough, when the storm range, when winds blow, when everything feels uncertain, it is your roots that will keep you grounded, stable, unshakable. Because that is where you're coming from. When you look at the struggle, like my friends that I said to you, that I shared the story with you, when you look back to the struggle, it look back and say to himself, I survived this, so definitely I can survive what is coming. That's you making use of your roots. If I can do this, then I can do greater. Don't belittle your beginning. Don't belittle your roots. Don't think it's not important. Don't think because you're lying abroad, you're somewhere else, far from home. So those things doesn't matter to you anymore. Those things are not important. My friend, I'm going to tell you this. They are very, very important. I want you to carry your roots very proudly. Carry it with grace. Carry it with love. Let it guide you. Let it strengthen you. Let it remind you at every low point in your life. I practice this every single time. When I have my downtime, I practice this. I look back to the things, to where I was coming from. And if it can work for me, it has worked for millions of people, and I'm passing it down to you. And embrace your roots. Embrace your roots. You are not just the product of where you are going. Keep that in mind, because you are the masterpiece of where you began. So, very importantly, that you stay connected to your roots, that you stay connected to the source within you. So, I just want to tell you this evening, keep shining, keep going, don't give up. The best is yet to come. If it's not working now, that's okay. It's definitely going to work down the line. When you're facing those challenging time, those difficult time, look at the past. Look at where you were coming from. Look at the things that you've survived. Look at the things, those little beginning. Those times that you believed in yourself when no one believed in you. Those times that you held on to your courage. Those times that you held on so much to those little, to your faith. I see many people that the moment they become successful, the moment things begin to work for them, they forget about their faith. They forget about those things. It's so quick, so quick. So please, I'm encouraging you this evening. Embrace your little beginning. Embrace your roots. Let it define who you are. And with that being said, I just want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for joining me tonight. You guys are amazing. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for always joining the speaker show. I hope one or two things have resonated with you this evening. And if you are embracing your roots, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. When you see someone else, encourage someone else. Pass the message down to someone else. When you see them falling apart, because sometimes people don't even know, they get carried away, you can always bring them back to the right track. So I just want to say it's been a very wonderful time with each and every one of you. I'm excited. I just want you to take the topic. I want you to take this lesson this evening. I want you to take it so dearly to your heart. And don't forget what made you the person that you are today, that you can be proud of yourself, that you can say yes. Thank God for where I came from, for where I was coming from. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. The show is going to be rounding up now. So thank you, guys. And then I will see you all next week. Next week, we've got something great coming up. We've got something amazing. And I just can't wait. You guys will hear the juice later. So please come prepared. Come on the speaker show. You're going to learn one thing or the other. Share with your friends and family. Don't just keep all this information to yourself, like I've always said. Share with them. Let us be part of something great. Let us impact together. Let us uplift together. Let us encourage together. So please keep doing the best that you're doing. Keep being who you are. And I'll see you again next week. And I remain your host, your one and holy Nini Alafatai. Thank you for joining me this beautiful evening. And I will see you again next week. Don't forget, click on the notification button. Click on the like. Please share the video. Share it and click on the notification button so you can always get new topic from us every single time. Honestly, every single time you always get something new from us. So please let us have a great time together. And I wish each and every one of you a very, very wonderful evening. And to all my friends and family who are going out there, if you're in the city of Toronto and you're going to see Olamide this evening, enjoy yourself, have great time, don't drink too much, and let us have a very, very beautiful evening. And I wish you all, each and every one of you, the best and the best and the best. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you for joining the speaker show. I remain your host, your one and holy, Nini Lafatai. See you next week. Bye for now.